Yo, what's good, yo? So, like, on this video, guys, I just want to make you aware of something, right? And this is important to understand right now because a lot of people, right, they are using this quarantine, right, and lockdown as an excuse, you know, for being lazy, unemployed, right, having lack of money, or just any debilitation that you might be experiencing right now. It's just based upon you not being able to line up with who you are. Understand? And not even on someone like, because you never know who you are, but it's just it's an emotional experience. It's more than just acting, because when you act, you are just projecting whatever that you're thinking. It's merely who you are. Understand? But that's not important. The most important thing, right, that I want you guys to get is that, like, even if you don't have you think you don't have any options, right, or you don't have any ideas, or you don't have any desire to expand, right? The problem is that, like, you cannot get there from where you are right now. Understand? Because think about it. Look at your daily routine, right? And look at the time that you wake up, and look at the time that you sleep. Look at how you spend your days, what you put in your head, what you put in your mouth, what you put in your psyche. And try to understand if those things are the kinds of things that will reap off the fruits that you want to experience in your life. Honestly, it's just as simple as that. But I have a hack, right? Because you know me, I always come up with these universal hacks for you guys, because there's nobody who can conjure up what I am. But of course, you also have something that is unique about you. But for me, it's like the main point of this video is to say, okay, try to, like, never force. Understand? Try to never force anything, because the more you force anything, the more you push it further away. Whether it's an idea, or it's you just trying to talk to somebody but you're afraid of them, right? Like, that resistance that's building up is just a sign to say, okay, you are forcing. It might be just to go outside. But if you experience resistance, right, from going outside, and you should understand that everything, you have to go to the root of what caused that thing. So in other cases, you will have to go there, understand, to check what caused that thing in the first place. What caused you to feel stuck, or to run out of ideas to fulfill your life, right? Things like that. But I'm gonna tell you, because as I started the video, I talked about, like, your routines and what you put, your inputs and output, right? And also not forcing. So I'm gonna tie all this up, right, so that you can understand. So now you have to understand, we all have 8 hours of wake, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of free activity, right? So you should find a way to use these 8 hours effectively, understand, productively, essential, so that you will always be in control of what you are creating, understand, instead of just having things pop up before you, then you have to take a decision. No, you have to always be ahead of that shit, so that even if something can come in your way, you always know how to counteract it, either through action or just you looking at it, understand? Because of course, in life, there's only two kinds of people. There's people who have a hard back, right? And there's a people who have a hard imagination. Or let me say strong back, strong imagination. So there's two kinds of people. It's either you have a strong imagination or you have a strong back. Understand? So now, before even coming to use these two, right, I think the most fundamental thing that we have to do, all of us, as humans, is to say, okay, like, before doing anything that is derived from us trying to build a civilization, right, I want you to try something new. Think about before there was school and work and everything, which is the current situation right now, right? What did people do in general? They used to roam around. Understand? They would roam around their locations, right? As early as possible. Sometimes as late as possible. It just depends on whatever that you are wanting to know or learn about in the world. Understand? So now I call that a 360. Understand? It's just doing a 360. You can just spin around. Boom. That's a 360. But you have to understand that your 360 will be in the magnitude of the location that you're in. So if you just want to spin around in that one location, those are the things that you're going to be aware of, right? So now think about it. You get out of your house and then you move a little bit further around the location. Then you're going to be aware of those things, right? That you just went to the magnitude of. And then next time you go above, you just expand just based upon how you feel, right? But slowly, right? And then you're going to understand that everything that you need and want is exactly where you were in the first place. So say for example, you were born in an orphanage, right? Or you grew up in an orphanage. Everything that you need and want is at that orphanage. You just have to like line up your attitude, right, with however those things are correlated in that area. Understand? That's when things are just gonna fall into your place, you know. But for as long as your attitude is, because attitude is basically your the power of your will. Understand? Like how willing are you to become the best person? How willing are you to become the best example? How willing are you to become a good person? Because good people, they have a good attitude, and it's a conscious choice, right, for them to be like that. And for some people, it's gonna take a huge experience, like transformation. You know, you might have to get an accident or something like that before you can line up with the right attitude, right? And for others, it's going to take a lot of people hitting you hard for on behalf of the universe so that you can learn to line up with what is meant for you without ever trying to distract, compete, and do all the extra shit to other people. Understand? Because me, like, I'm the most competitive person, but to myself, I only compete with myself 100%, and I've always been like that. And that's why I'm able to become aware quicker when somebody's trying to distract me. Understand? Because I've always been in my own orb. I never try to fit in or do all this extra shit. Understand? That's why I've always been myself, you know, and I'm always growing fully and much more expandedly towards the best version of myself. Whether I want to do it consciously or I'm just living my life, it's always happening for me because of at some point I learned to line up, right? To a point whereby nothing can really waver me off. You understand? Even if it can distract me now, later on, by default, I'm going to be back in my roots. Understand? Not even after hours, just a few moments later, you know. But I guess the point, right, is that okay, learn to be aware of your location, area, understand, surroundings, so that you will know, okay, what, like, at what time do certain things need to be made or done or not done, right? And at what times do certain things need to be put off, understand? Because the different locations have different structures. So your location might be much more suitable for business later at night, understand? And mine might be suitable for business earlier in the morning, understand? But if you can get just the fact that everything that you need is always where you left it, you know, everything. It's either you don't know what you want, right? Or you just have the attitude that is opposing what you want. Because there's nothing good or bad. It's just based upon you when you do things and not considering the universal laws. Then others, when they look at it, it's gonna be a bad thing, you know, because it's going against the laws of nature. But I guess, guys, everything that I needed to say is on this video. You understand? But like, I hope you guys get some important insights, right? So that you can continue to expand your life, regardless of where you're from. Because a lot of people will say, okay, I'm from Africa, whatever. You know, but it's not even there. You understand? Like, just pay attention, and then everything will just line up for you, right? And don't force. Again, don't force, because everything that you want is always there for you. I'm telling you guys, everything that you want is there for you, like 100%, all of it. Everything that you can think about right now is there for you, right? And even the extra shit that you want is there for you, but the extra shit require extra effort. Understand? But everything that is natural that you came here with or for is here now, always will ever be for you in this moment. Understand? AKA peace, love, happiness, joy, all that shit. They are here now, right now with you. But the things that you want, maybe you want the new smartphone, you want this, you want that, you want this. They need an extra effort, but you can get them ASAP, right? If you can learn to line up with that other side. Understand? Of the equation. So like, yo, time for breakfast. See you on the next one, man.